Good evening, everybody. This is Stephen Howson. This is Full Time Devils, and this is tomorrow's transfers today. We've got a bumper edition today. We've got loads of really good stuff to talk about, so make sure you stick with us all the way to the end, because that's when we're going to get really into the meat of everything. So the first one that we're going to talk about today is a little bit of bad news, but we'll get into the good news in a little bit later on. So Raja Nainggolan has signed a new contract with Roma. Was the speculation linking him with a move to Manchester United just that? Was he always trying to get a new contract? Might have been a little bit of both, but either way, he signed a new contract now with Roma till 2021. Looks like he's not going to be moving anywhere this summer. He says this is what he's always wanted, and he couldn't bear the thought of spending 3 more years anywhere else. So that one's one that we can chalk off, that we're not going to be getting done this season. And the next one that we've got is Perisic, and this is basically they're picking up on a tweet from Palmieri, and they're making an article out of this. And the tweet from Palmieri is basically using a quote from Spalletti, who says, "We might have to listen to what the player wants." Well, yeah, you might have to listen to what the player wants. This is basics in the summer. So the Express have decided that they wanted to make an article off the entirety of that tweet, basing the fact that because they say they might have to listen to what the player wants, that now this means that it's going to happen and it's going to move to Manchester United. They also mentioned in the article that the clubs have been far apart because United was asked if we would like to include Martial in any sort of deal, to which the answer, I hope, was no. And if that's the case, then I don't want to bring him over, because I don't want to see Martial going the other way. That being said, I do think Perisic offers something that we're not really getting from other people in the squad at the moment. So I would like to see us go for somebody of the like of Perisic, someone who offers something entirely different in terms of what he offers as a footballer from the players that we've got in the squad. And if we can get somebody in like that, then we've got options going forward, and that's what you always need, isn't it? So Perisic, on the back of a single tweet, I don't think it's advanced or changed anything, but the Express reckon it's a little bit closer now than it was yesterday. The next one that we've got is Martinelli, Gabriele Martinelli, young Brazilian, 16-year-old centre-forward. The article that we've found is Football Insider 24/7. He's saying that he's a winger. He played up front yesterday as a regular number 9. One of the other academy players that I spoke to says that he's an attacking midfielder or a striker. So I guess he's got multiple options. He came on with about 30 minutes to go yesterday in United's 2-0 win over Lincoln. Didn't really get much time on the ball, so I can't really give you an opinion on whether he's any good or not. But this is the second or third time that he's been on trial. So I imagine that the club's at least seeing something in him that we like, and it continues the trend of the club buying the best of overseas talent and pairing them with the absolute cream of the local lads in and around Manchester as well, which is proving pretty good for us. And the under-18s looked fantastic last night. Standout performance from Brandon Williams off the bench. I thought Ethan Laird looked brilliant with the ball going forward. Had a couple of mistakes with the ball at his feet, which could have cost us, but luckily didn't. Another good performance from Mason Greenwood, who's playing a year ahead of himself and does not look in the slightest bit out of place. Good solid performances from several players yesterday. I thought Deschamps Bernard looked good at centre-half. So did other players as well. Nissan Burkhardt with a chance early on that he should have put away. But we look like we've got a solid side. We sent, not the strongest side we could have sent yesterday to go and play Lincoln, and we dealt with them very well. So a big season for the under-18s this year. Be interesting to see what happens with those. The next one that we've got is Leandro Dendoncker. You remember the name because he scored against us for Anderlecht in the Europa League. They reckon Mourinho is sending scouts to go look at him, and the MEN, because they're gutter press, decided that was worthy of an article. Well, we've said it multiple times, haven't we? United have hired and recruited and doubled and trebled and quadrupled our scouting network around the world. So the fact that we're sending scouts to go and watch players, of course we are, doesn't mean that there's a transfer on the cards. It means that we're looking at players, building databases up of players that are all over the place. Supposedly, Anderlecht are after about 33 million for the guy, which to me seems like a hell of a lot of cash. But maybe that is the sort of market we need to be really looking in now, rather than trying to go for these Galactico style players. We want players that are going to fit the system, players that are going to improve the team tangibly, that don't necessarily need to be a big name, but players that can bring something different. Goal scoring midfielder like Dendoncker could be a decent option. Young, he's got the potential to grow in. We usually make superstars out of players like that, don't we? So maybe he is one to keep an eye on after all, but considering it's come from absolutely nowhere and it's based on the fact that we're going watching him, I think it's probably just that. Nothing to get carried away about just yet. Gareth Bale. This is one that we want to talk about. This is a player that I've always liked to see at Old Trafford. Even today, I can't see him coming to Old Trafford now. Zinedine Zidane was asked about the future yesterday, and one of the things that he said yesterday was he might have to let one of the BBC go, and that was obviously Benzema, Bale and Cristiano. They might not be able to keep all of them together. Today when he was asked, he said anything can happen, and everybody and their dog has decided to make an article saying that Zidane says anything can happen. That means it's going to happen, doesn't it? Not necessarily, no. I do think that Real Madrid probably going to have to raise a little bit of funds somewhere, because the reported 161 million for Kylian Mbappe is eye-wateringly steep. If they can raise a bit of funds from someone who's going to not be first choice, I don't think, next season in Bale, then why wouldn't they do it? From United's point of view, you're probably going to have to pay in excess of 100 million, considering how much they wanted for their backup striker. So Gareth Bale is probably going to cost you 100 million. There are question marks over his ability and robustness in terms of staying injury-free. There are no question marks over his ability with the ball at his feet. He's an absolute, genuine, top-draw, world-class footballer who would undoubtedly improve Manchester United and give us countless options going forward. And I would love to see him in a red shirt. I've always believed he would end up in a red shirt one day. But Jose Mourinho kind of poured a bit of water in it yesterday when he was asked about it, and he said his gut feeling when he spoke to Gareth Bale was that he was happy in Madrid and he didn't want to pursue it or unsettle him. So I think what it's going to take is someone like Bale or his agent coming out and saying, not happy here. If someone comes in, if another player comes in and takes his place, I think they're going to have to come in and say, not down. I'm not going to be sitting on the bench for anybody. So get me a move. And he wouldn't sit on the bench at Manchester United, and he would be the sort of name that would put fear into people. I think him playing alongside Lukaku and Pogba is mouth-watering. I just don't see it happening, so I'm not going to get too carried away about it. But Zidane saying anything can happen, it gives you hope, doesn't it? Even if it's false. Let's see what you dudes are saying in the old comments. Bale is insane and is Welsh. What's not to love, says Isaac. Great point. Bale is mission impossible, says Adil. I don't think it's mission impossible, to be honest. And Mbappe transfer to Madrid will create, what was that? A domino effect. I love Bale. Tailor-made red, says Van Dutch. I agree, there probably is going to be some sort of domino effect on the back end of Bale, or Mbappe moving, I think. I doubt we'll get Matic, but I think we'll get Matic, but doubt Perisic will come, says Usman. I think those two look like the standout ones to happen at the moment, don't they? I think anybody else outside of them is going to have been someone that we wasn't aware of. James Power says, we should sign Thomas Muller, superstar player, World Cup year, and we'll be on fire this year. Come on, United. Okay, can I ask you a question then? Because I do like Thomas Muller. I think he's an excellent footballer, but where does Thomas Muller fit in for Manchester United in this current system? Because I don't see anywhere that Thomas Muller fits in. Mr. Zeus says Timo Werner. Timo's an absolutely belting player. Yeah, I do like Timo Werner. Grant says, Stephen, would you be happy if United had a season like Spurs did last year? What, and not winning anything? No, I wouldn't. William Carvalho, we have to sign Pipe. Yes, that's not a bad idea, I think. Not a bad idea at all. I think Carvalho could be another option instead of Matic, to be honest. Bale would be a dream signing, says Sarath. FullTimeDEVILS in the comments says, my gut says Benzema is more likely to leave, but I hope I'm wrong. I actually agree. If you told me I've got to pick one of those who's leaving, then I think that Benzema to Paris seems like a real tap-in of a transfer to make happen. I don't want to get excited about Bale and then have what happened with Ramos. Well, the situation would be different because at the time no one was coming in to take Ramos's place. And he was the club captain. So the chances of you prizing a player away like that is a lot lower than if you're trying to prize away a player who's just been benched and is worth 100 million. So, yeah, I find that one different. Would I dab if Bale signs for United? No. Keylor Navas if De Gea leaves. No, we got Sergio Romero, and I'm loyal, so let's keep Sergio Romero. 3-5-2 says Mr. Zeus. Yeah, I thought we should have played 3-5-2 against Barcelona last night, because playing 4-2-3-1 against a team when you know, like Barcelona, and you know doesn't work against them is absolutely ridiculous. Carvalho is overrated. I disagree. Benzema signed a new contract with Madrid. When was that? Sanchez or Bale? Look, if you tell me that I can have Sanchez or Bale, I'll take whichever one you don't want. How about that? Because both of those are absolutely banging and make us better. So there's no, don't make me pick between those two. They're absolutely sick. Madrid don't need to sell Bale. They have billions in the bank. Well, they don't have billions in the bank, do they? They don't. They have to balance the books like everybody else. Apparently Zidane loves Benzema, but I can't see either leaving. Rate out of 10, I'd say 3 out of 10. I'm not sure, to be honest. Get David Beckham out of retirement. He never relied on pace, did he? I think he probably still going to be able to whip a ball in. Put Muller as part of a three-man midfield of Pogba and Herrera. I think it's 2 attacking. Bale is not for sale. I think he probably is. Madrid have plenty of money. Not after they spunk all that on Mbappe, they will not have. Mbappe is a striker and Bale a winger. Why would they sell him when they have? When they can sell Benzema? Well, because he can raise a little bit more money than Benzema, I think. And Mbappe is not a striker. So how about relax? Some of the guys in this chat should put their... Oh, missed that one. More game time for Pereira this season. I think he's looked pretty good on the tour. I think he's one of those that's... definitely done himself no harm on the tour. Bring Beckham on for set pieces, says Full Time Devils. Yeah, can we not have a special teams? I reckon Beckham can still ping a free kick in every now and then. Not a problem. Not even graft for him whatsoever. If we get Bale, do we have to sell somebody? I don't think we do have to sell anybody at the moment. We might sell somebody. I don't think we have to sell anybody. Have I heard about United's interest in 16-year-old Canadian Alphonso Davies? I have not. What would Benzema go for? I don't know, you know. I can't tell you what anyone's worth in this transfer market. It's absolute insanity, innit? I think what you do is you start at 100 million and then just keep working down until someone says, yeah, and you go, really? Okay, all right, sweet. I have a gut feeling we'll get Sanchez, not sure why, says Ollie. I've got a gut feeling he's going to City, mate. I've got a gut feeling he's going to City, which is a madness. City are going to score a lot of goals next season, aren't they? I think every game, if you want to make some money next year, get every City game on both teams to score. Someone said there's an opening at the Sun for me. I don't think so, mate. I swap bullshit. I don't make it up. Is United selling a centre half? Well, I would have thought it was likely with us buying a centre half that someone was potentially going to go. That being said, Rojo looks like he's going to be out now until March is the word. So I don't know if we're going to be able to let anybody go. They was thinking that Rojo was going to be back earlier, but it does look like it's going to be March. Jack Rudd said youth system is where it's at. Correct, mate. There's a lot of good players coming out there. Lots of gut feelings about it's that stage of the transfer window, says the Full Time Devils account. Yeah, I mean, let's face it, we are now entering the last month of the transfer window. There's going to be movement, undoubtedly, absolutely undoubtedly. There's no way nothing's going to happen. There will be in. I think they'll be out as well. So let's see how that goes down. Rashford will score against City. Of course he will. Someone saying that I don't smile. What are you on about, mate? Another person with a gut feeling. Someone big is coming, potentially. What do I think of Manchester United? It's a bad question. Tuanzebe, yeah, Tuanzebe I thought was going to get more minutes on this tour, but it's just not been the way for him, has it? Do I see a future for Damian? Yeah, I do. Fosu Mensah is our beast of a defensive midfielder. Yeah, I'd love to see him get more opportunities there. Someone says Arsenal are going to win the league, and I think with that, it's time to call it a night because someone is clearly too drunk. Usman says, Am I in Dublin for the Sampdoria game? Yes, I will be in Dublin for the Sampdoria game. Go and check it out. First visit to Ireland, so be checking out United versus Sampdoria. I had no idea what team we're going to take. Hopefully it's a strong one. It is our last game prior to playing Real Madrid in the Super Cup, so you would think that Mourinho would like to go pretty strong with it. Pogba world class, says Jack. We signed Lukaku. House will be always smiling. Yeah, I only put pants on last week after signing Lukaku. What are you talking about? I think that'll do us. Right, thank you guys for joining us. Keep it locked to Full Time Devils. Tomorrow we have got the semi-final with Creators FC coming out, and you do not want to miss it. Trust me. Another absolutely banging episode in the life of Full Time Devils FC. So make sure you check it out. Let us know what you think. And there'll also be a live show at 5 o'clock after that one is dropped as well. So 4 o'clock on Full Time Devils channel on YouTube. Our next leg, the semi-final of the Fan League Cup. Maybe Andy Tate goes a little bananas. Maybe you definitely need to tune in for that. So 4 o'clock, we will see you there. And then 5 o'clock, they'll be on the live show reacting to it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Give it a like. Subscribe if you're new around here. And we'll see you tomorrow for the semi-final. Laters.